$5. That's enough to make a difference in this election. If every single person watching this pitched in $5 right now, Joe and Kamala would have the resources they need to win in November. It's that simple.
Welcome, everybody. Join the safe space. Join the safe space. We are here. We are here. Finally. Approaching the end of the week. A lot going on, man. A lot going on. I know everybody's watching the presidential debates right now. I see it's a interesting topic at the moment. Very, very hot topic, but we're here to kind of ease the worry and ease the pain of the debate right now.
All right, let's turn now to our
This
panel
is
of
whoops. This is the we come this far. This is the stretch, the ending stretch right now. Our debates are starting, and I could cover them, I could play it, but I don't want to do that. I don't even want to watch the debate because we already know what each candidate stands for. You should already know by now what side you're on. It's really no point in even debating. Now, regardless of your political affiliation, regardless of your religious affiliation or country views on the country, leave that aside. Leave that aside. Here we just want a safe space for all to come in, share their ideas, share their thoughts. I'm going to share some of mine about the political arena, why I don't really cover too much political topics regarding the debate and the election and things of that nature. I'll cover stuff surrounding political issues like, foreign aid or economic changes and shifts in the market. I'll cover, certain stories that's happening locally, globally, internationally, domestically, all of that. But really don't want to get too much into who I want to win, who I want to see become the next incumbent of the White House or the Senate or whatever. I don't really care for that because I understand two things. Number one, politics, and number two, money in politics. And that's all you need to know, really. Once you understand those two concepts, you really won't have any faith left in this thing we call electing officials. One moment while I get a few things ready here. Ooh. All right, we back. But yeah, man, we're gonna have a good time here. We're gonna relax. Go ahead and get your drinks ready. Get your smokers, get your smoke ready. Lovers, get your love on. Haters, get your hate on. Whatever you do, it's okay. Go ahead and do it. As long as you ain't hurting nobody, as long as you ain't hurting yourself, as long as you ain't lying on nobody or lying on someone's name or making up stuff or being deceptive or any of that weird stuff, then hey, welcome to the club. We gonna chill, man. This just been a long week for me. I know everybody's been running around preparing for You know, the summer is officially on the go. We're in the middle of it. Still got July left. Hope y'all ready for that. It's gonna be a hot one. It's been hot all week. Y'all want to see this forecast? I'm here in Charlotte. Look at this. We got 80, 91, 92, 93, chance of rain. Man, it's been brutal. But you know, persevere, get through it. Maintain your mental health, maintain yourself. And you know, you can have all the results you want in life when you do that. Shout out to our sponsors. We got to do that. Can't forget, Still Collective. My K-Bar. Go ahead and get you a refreshing, natural made soap. Go ahead and check out Still Collective for all your NBA Top Shot moments sent to your home. Your favorite moments by your favorite players. Right in your pocket, right on your wall. Look at that shot. Ooh, clean. You want this moment, it could be yours. If you're a Suns fan, Phoenix fan, Devin Booker fan, don't even matter. Send them an email, The Skill Collective. Follow them on Instagram at The Still Collective. Go ahead and send in that request. Yeah. We on a different vibe here, y'all. We not going back and forth, debating who's the better candidate for presidency. When we already know they're not looking out for us. They're not like us. Here we are again, faced with another potential 4 years of either Trump or Biden. Which one? Am I going to vote? I don't know. Am I going to vote? What y'all think? Y'all think I should vote? Who's going to vote out there? Don't tell me who you're voting for. Just say who, if you're voting or not. I don't care who you're voting for. I don't care who you pick. Just tell me who you voting for. Excuse me, not who you voting for. Tell me whether you're voting or not. Because at this point, to me, it don't really matter who you vote for. I mean, looking at inflation, looking at the issues that are going on right now, we're not going to really see coming out of this next presidential election from any president. Trump don't give a damn how much you paying for gas right now. Neither does Biden. They don't care how much eggs is right now. They care about keeping their seat, staying elected. That's all they care about right now. They're gonna worry about you later. That is, if you're still around. If we don't get taken out by these crazy ass people on the road. Is it me, or has the traffic on the road gotten 10 times worse? Has the traffic got 10 times worse in 2024? Is that me? What does that look like? What does that look like? Traffic jams across the United States are surging. Traffic is worsening in parts of New York, with typical drivers losing 42 hours and over $700 due to congestion. So traffic is getting worse. Even the traffic is getting worse. Traffic was already bad, and we can't get no breaks nowhere where we go. I just drove to the airport, about a 2-hour drive to an airport, and let me tell you, I am petrified for my life. At every turn. We are approaching a just an overwhelming amount of cars on the road. We got to do something. It's too many cars on the road. It's not safe. I think I passed by what? 2 or 3 wrecks? Just coming here? Now multiply that. That's on one interstate, one highway. Multiply that by every highway. There's at least 1 or 2 wrecks. We'll say 1 every other one. Even then, you're still looking at about 1,000 wrecks a day. Maybe more. How many of those are deaths? How many of those are serious injuries? So, bless anyone that's on the road. Be safe. Traveling mercy to you. If you're traveling at this hour, want to make sure you're safe. Gotta drive defensively. You can't just drive anymore. You gotta drive for other people on the road. It's too crazy out there. It's too crazy out there. Let's see what they're saying about the traffic out in this area. Because right now, it's not looking good. Just real quick. We're just having, where was I at?
Get real-time meeting transcriptions and insights with AI recaps. Drive sales with intelligent coaching tools.
We're just having a moment to unwind from all the madness. I know a lot of you are watching the debate right now and probably flicking back and forth to different channels, getting in chat rooms, listening. Not doing that here at Built Mogul. Sorry, y'all.
The traffic is a different beast here than it is where you live right now. But is there any city, any time of day that's truly immune from heavy traffic right now?
Honestly, Chris, it's all times of the day. So in this new report, if you hate traffic, you're going to hate this new report even more. So the new report says that drivers typically lost 42 hours a year due to congestion in 2023, and there is a new maddening phenomenon that is taking hold, and that is the midday traffic.
The nation's biggest cities are struggling to escape traffic jams. Transportation analytics company Index released its 2023 global
this
traffic
from last
scorecard
year
this week, and while New York City
and
traffic
this is
eased
update
last
from
year,
2024.
it still topped the rankings as the most congested city in the world. In the U.S., Chicago and Los Angeles held onto their second and third place rankings from 2022 as the most congested cities, increasing their average.
If you live in these cities, man, I feel sorry for you.
89 hours respectively. The top 3 busiest corridors in the U.S. are I-4 West in Orlando, Florida, I-5 South in Los Angeles, and I-95 North in Stamford, Connecticut. But the report says delays have generally improved since 2022.
What about increases?
Bob Pichu, who co-authored the Index report, says a new midday rush hour emerged last year, with average hourly traffic at noon jumping 23% from 2019.
They're not leaving for the office at 7 in the morning. Or 6 in the morning, like in the past. So we're seeing that kind of trip demand to go to work shift to the midday.
Skylar McKinley with AAA says cities are working on ways to incentivize people to ditch their cars and shift to public transit.
Yeah, right. Who's switching from their cars to go to public transit?
For the urban
yeah,
core.
right.
We've seen in the American West, for example, a lot of success with park and rides.
Any ads, we can all help clear the streets.
Remember, you can't be mad at traffic. You are traffic.
Wait, what?
All right, guys.
He said you can't be mad at traffic.
Talking about money on Maiden Wall, right? So that report actually came out and said that drivers typically lost $733 in time. Now, in order to get to this.
Okay, I don't even know what that means, but yeah, just be careful out there, man. Traffic, the weather is hot. People are erratic and going crazy. Just be careful out there, man. We just want to make sure y'all safe. That's all. That's all. But yeah, let's let's just, take a look and let's see what's really going on here. What does the country really feel about these two candidates that we have? Oh, let me turn that down. My bad. There you go. What do we really feel about Biden and Trump? I mean, just political debates aside, everything. I'm gonna just give you my take on it, and then y'all can just, in the comment section, wherever you have it, say what you want to say as you please. But I'll start with Biden. We'll start with Biden, man. Before Biden became president, he was vice president with Obama, and then he was in the Senate for 20 years of his career. And I just don't recall Biden ever doing any breakthrough changes to better our system, better education, better health. He was a part of a few things with the ACA, giving more people Medicaid, I guess, but they frame things that aren't really that helpful as helpful. Like, number one, if you're on Medicaid, that means you've been poor pretty much your whole life, more than likely, and you haven't been able to make enough money to not have to be on Medicaid. So that drives into how poorly the wage and salary requirements are. I mean, you can literally pay think about it right now. You can literally pay somebody $7.25. That's the minimum wage federally. Now, each states have different minimum wages based on their income for the state and the amount of people. I think California minimum is like 15 or 20. New York is like 15 or 20, something like that. Which that's good. That's now, but still, the federal minimum wage is still set at $7.20 an hour. What's the federal minimum wage 2024? $7.25. Each state. Let's see here. We got Alabama coming in at $7.25. We got Alaska $11.73. The tipped minimum wage is $2.13. You got some people making $2.13 an hour because they're making tips. That's unheard of. Georgia is at $5.15 an hour in Georgia. You do not want to live in Georgia. They want you to be poor in Georgia. Now, if you're accepting anything, honestly, if you're accepting any wage under $20 an hour, I don't know what you're doing. I guess you're either a kid, you're either a teenager, or you didn't want to finish college, or you didn't want to finish high school, and you didn't want to get any other skills. Because not that you have to finish college, you definitely should finish high school at least. But you didn't want to gather any other skills. Maybe you need licenses or certifications. I mean, there's so much stuff you could do out here. But yeah, if you're accepting I'll bring it down some. If you're accepting anything less than $17 an hour, I want to say 16, but 16 just ain't going to do it. That's like around $35K a year, roughly. 16K, or less than that. That's around like 32. I don't think there's anywhere that you can make 32K and survive. I'm shit. That's being generous. Like, I wouldn't live anywhere in America if I was making less than 80. 80 at least is the requirement. 85, just to be safe, because there's taxes involved. But yeah, 85, man, that's the lowest you can go. Fortunately, I've been able to make much more than that. I know a lot of people that have been able to make much more than that, but those that are around these ranges, you gotta do something else, man, because it's not gonna cut it, especially going into the next 10 years. Psh, oh yeah, it's about to get expensive. Here we got Minnesota 8. I think Georgia is the lowest. New Jersey 15. Yep. 16, yeah. And Wyoming. Think about it. If you live in Georgia, you right there with Wyoming. So as long as the federal minimum wage is like that, and these states are really allowed to pay you this little bit of money, that's I don't think either candidate gives a god flipping butthole about any of us. Okay, as long as they allow that to be, because even as a teenager, if you're making $5 an hour, I'm sorry, that's just not going to cut it. You can't. If you paying someone $5 an hour, you're an imbecile. I do not want to know you. I do not want to be friends with you. If you are willing to pay someone $5 an hour, you might as well just let them do it for free. You might as well. You might as well say, hey, just do this, and I'll teach you some things, and then you can make more money with me. Might as well. But see, they don't want to do that because they don't want to advance an entire generation of people, on their dollar, and then say, oh, we help the community, we help people. They don't want to help the community. So let's do that. Let's help our own community. Bump Biden, bump Trump. We're not here for them because they're not here for us. We here for us. Show up for us. Stop showing up for them. Y'all giving them the views. Y'all giving them the press. Y'all giving them the power. Y'all talking back and forth about it. Oh, Biden this, Trump this. Come on now. Now, Biden, to me, you never really caught my attention. And I don't like the fact that he is going again for another 4 years. I'm not saying I want Trump to win. I really don't think I don't think it's a good idea for either one of them to be in office, to be honest. Biden, number one, I just think he's not cognitively adapted enough. I'm not going to say he's not cognitive, but he hasn't adapted to that position as president to me yet, and he is still trying to prove to people that he's the president and that he's a suitable president. And it's like, he hasn't done that. You haven't proved that. Because at least Obama proved it. At least Obama said, hey, I'm a suitable president. I may not be your favorite one. I may not be the best one. I may not even be a good one. But look, I fit the description. I can play the role, and I can do the things that are going to be considered presidential. Trump hasn't really done that either. He's not presidential at all. The man is a goofy. And if you're a Trump supporter, I'm sorry. More power to you, whatever. Support your guy. But he's a goofy, man. Come on, you gotta admit he's a goofball sometimes. So it's like, and that's fine. He could be a goofball. He's human. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But it's like, I need to trust. I need a little bit more. I need to trust you a little bit more before I say you my president. I need to trust you a little bit more. Like, you can't be doing slip ups. You can't be telling people to inject themselves with disinfectant or using disinfectant for a coronavirus. Like, it's a common cold. You use disinfectant to clean surfaces, yeah, to keep from latching onto you. But once it's in you, it's in you. And the disinfectant would do much more damage than what the virus going through you would do. So why would you even suggest that? But anyway, just not feeling either one. Just not really feeling either one. Trump or Biden can just kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all listen, I know y'all watching the stream of the live stream of the debate. Do your thing. But here, we want to just have a safe space. Just say how you feel. I said how I feel. I'm not interested in either one. I don't have nothing against you if you Biden or if you Trump. I don't have anything against you. I'm just not interested. I'm sorry. But, you know, it says 55% of U.S. adults say they were not satisfied with the choice between major party candidates, Joe Biden or. So at least 55% of adults feel like me. We don't care for either one. At least over half, the majority. That tells me right there that the majority of us feel that way. So go ahead, express it. Say, hey, I'm not really feeling either one of them. Just say that, because guess what? The majority of us feel that way. And if that is a crucial statistic right there that actually means something, because the majority of us do not want either of these candidates, don't care for them. But why are they our candidates? Why are they here? If the majority of us did not even want these two up here, how the hell are y'all up here? It's crazy how this stuff works, right? This, you know, but that's what you come here for, to get the real spill. Because this is something that you really got to pay attention to. This is not a happy electorate, said whoever the freak who directs the Marist polls, but it is one that is starting to deal with the realities of these two are the choices they're going to have to pick from. Yeah, whatever. They're going to have to start deal with it. Just deal with it. Hey, don't ask no questions. Deal with it, nigga. You got this. Just, hey, pick one. This should be easy, right? Yeah, that's all you got to do. Hey, just pick one. No, we don't care for the outcome. We don't care for you. We don't even, that lets you know they don't even care. They're telling you in your face. They're in your face right now saying, hey, freak you. You said you don't want any of these candidates, but guess what? We don't care. You're going to pick between them. That's why I stay away from the conversation of politics a lot. I don't really get into it because there's no point. You're being played. You're being played just like these instruments. Saying, hey, here, move here. Do this, do that. Oh, you're not happy? Who cares? And all the while, you arguing with your neighbor, or you mad at your friend because she ate the rest of your Cheerios. I don't know. Or you mad, like, come on now. Come on now. If November's elections were held today, Biden and Trump would have been evenly matched according to the latest poll. 49% registered voters saying they would vote for Biden. 49% said they would vote for Trump. Half of independent registered voters said they would be supporting Biden, giving the current president a slight 2 percentage point edge, but one that falls with the margin of error. So yeah, if there's a margin of error for every voting ballot. So they could literally that could be swung over to Trump. It doesn't matter. It's even. It's all even. We don't know who's going to win at this point. We don't know who's going to win at this point. The lack of enthusiasm for Trump or Biden may further help explain why so many people feel they have already made up their minds about how to cast their vote. As in earlier polls, 2/3 of U.S. registered voters said they know who they will vote for, and nothing can change their mind. 2/3, it's at least 66% or more, between probably 66 and 70% of voters have already made up their minds. So why are you watching the debates? What are you watching the debate for if you already made up your mind of who you're going to win? I don't need to see you two debate. You just want to watch two old men talking back and forth, ridiculous conversations to each other, like not even really making a coherent sentence. I mean, everything Trump says is a superlative somewhere in there. Oh, the most embarrassing, or the complete worst campaign, or da. Everything Trump says is that. Why do you want to hear more of that? You know what he's going to say. You know he's going to lie when he needs to. You know he's going to, dress it up how he wants to dress it up. And guess what? Biden's going to do the same thing. But what Biden's going to do is whatever his lines are telling him to do. Whatever his powers that be are telling him to do. So Biden's going to be able to, work that number and get his people that way. So it's like they're just trying to just get your vote, and they're going to say whatever they can to get it. It's like your ex-boyfriend that keeps trying to say whatever to get back in your pants after you done cheated on you so many times, you done lied so many times, 10, 15, 20 times. How many times you gonna take this dude back? How many times you gonna take this man back, sis? What you doing? You going right back to him after he done beat you, hit you, lied to you, left you alone, abandoned you? Really? Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times. Come on, it keeps going up. Just what are you doing? What are y'all doing, man? What are we doing? We gotta tighten up. But in a tight race where candidates are fighting for support along the margins, the question of who gets elected in November belongs to the remaining third of the country. It sure does. For those votes, the choice may come down to a handful of high-stake issues and perceptions of which candidate may handle them better. In the latest poll, 30% of Americans said inflation would drive their vote more than other issues going into this election. That is up to 6 percentage points from February. Now, despite positive economic indicators such as falling inflations, Wall Street records, and low employment. Look at this. So we got, what is your top issue when you think about voting in November? Preserving democracy. Who? Oh, snap, man. Like that's up for grabs. Like why would that even be up here? That they're letting you know that there is no democracy. If we have to make a vote on whether or not we want to keep us in power as people and having a vote, if we want to make a vote on whether or not we should vote, that's basically what that's saying. Saying, hey, do you think you should have the ability to vote? I'm wondering. Do you think that that's important? Is that a top issue for you? That's crazy. Look, 7% said crime. No one's caring about crime. No one nowhere cares about crime. So why is it always we're seeing crime on the news? We're seeing crime everywhere. Crime is, they shove it down your face, and yet no one is worried about it because it's not affecting as many people as they want you to think. But they're going to bring that up, and then who are they going to blame for it? Who are they going to blame for any type of crime? It's all a game, people. You got to learn. I took a political science class when I was very young in like high school, and it was a AP course. And once I learned how they use like redlining, how they gerrymandering, redistricting, all of that is just, it'll blow your mind. Just look it up. Look up some of the words and terms I've just stated, and we'll actually get into that. We're actually going to go into that. Have a little political science class, an episode, but we're just touching on the tip of the iceberg here. Now, about the same number, 29% say they're most concerned about preserving democracy, which is crazy. Another 18% said immigration mattered most to them. Abortion, crime, issues that Biden and Trump have referenced repeatedly as their campaign drew some of the lowest numbers in the survey. When adults thought about whether Trump or Biden would best handle those important issues, 50% said Trump was better on the economy, And then you have 52% saying Biden was better for preserving democracy. Which, doesn't mean that any of this will be good for us. Just let you know. Even if you get that, even if you get Biden for, but that doesn't mean democracy is being preserved. And it definitely doesn't mean that Trump, even if you get that as your answer, that the economy is going to be okay. But yeah, man, I'm not going to go through this whole article. Because it's just the, you know, it's just the propaganda for the debate. Everybody wants to do the debate. It looks like Trump is handling better with certain topics, but certain issues. But, you know, who cares about that? But yeah. What's going on with the economy, though? Is this really... Because the real issue is not who's going to be president.
The direction.
The real issue is who's going to be doing business with the United States in the next 20 years. And we still hold the highest percentage of dollar value in the whole entire world. Our dollar is traded the most. Our dollar is used the most. But that's slowly changing. And
I actually used to sell apartments for $9.45 an hour.
Check in.
I had a wife and 2
see
kids.
What's happening. What's
Major
really
changes,
going on.
and there's been some advancements since I last covered it that you need to know right now. So in this video, I'm going to break down what Project Enbridge actually is. I'm going to talk about the recent advancements that have been made, why Saudi Arabia is choosing this over the dollar, and most importantly, what this means to you and I right now in the longer term. Now, by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what Project Enbridge is, and more importantly, you're going to be able to form your own opinions on whether you think it's good or bad, and more importantly, what your plans are for dealing with this.
That's what we're going to do. We're
Now, if you're new to the channel,
talk
my name
about
is Mark
whether or
Moss.
not it's
I've been
good or
making
bad.
these educational, financial videos for over 5 years now. I've been an investor for over 20. Actually, Arabia. All right, so we're jumping right into this, and we're talking about Saudi Arabia did what? Now, lots of videos, lots of blogs, websites, etc., talking about Saudi Arabia ditching the petrodollar agreement, not renewing the petrodollar agreement, ending the petrodollar agreement, whatever you want to call it. Then there's a whole lot of videos and websites and blogs talking about that that's fake news, and they didn't actually do that. Well, there's actually some truth in both. The thing is, there's nuance.
Yeah, because the deal wasn't that they're only using our dollar. The deal was to incorporate our dollar with their process of distributing oil or everywhere else. So they just, they would just essentially convert it into a U.S. dollar. It wasn't really.
First, I want to break down a little bit of the nuance.
An exclusive contract
for
like
you.
That.
But more importantly, what I want to talk about is what they're really going to do and how it's going to impact us. But let's just break some of this down for you, some of this nuance. So you see headlines like this. No, Saudi Arabia is not ending their petrodollar deal. They're not. So people contradicting that. But then we see plenty of other ones saying that they are. So what's the truth? Well, the truth is that there was an actual agreement. In 1974, Saudi Arabia and the U.S. agreed on mutual cooperation. And basically what happened is it was signed on June 8, 1974. And the USA and Saudi Arabia was not about exclusively pricing oil in dollars. So that's where the miscommunication or the nuance is. That's not exactly what this was about. It was a bigger agreement that was formed. But basically, it was about enabling Saudi Arabia to use its money, its dollars from oil, and put them into the U.S. economy. All right. Yep. So it was a bigger agreement that allowed for this cooperation where the U.S. would provide weapons and assistance and technology, and then they would allow Saudi Arabia to put the dollars back into the U.S. financial system. That's what didn't get renewed. So it didn't get renewed. It's just not exactly what people think. So there's kind of truth to both of those. So I just kind of want to dispel that for you a little bit. Now, what people are saying is that's fake news. It didn't really happen, and the dollar is not going down, which, again, if you watched my previous video where I talked about this, I've said the same thing. This doesn't mean it's inevitable. It doesn't mean the dollar that we're going, and this starts to accelerate like this.
So here's what I was talking about. Our dollar is currently used, has been currently used as the majority dollar in the world. That has dwindled over the past 20 years. Now, Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? That is the ultimate question for this video. And that's really what I wanted to get into with this, because regardless of who's president, there's going to be other currencies that's going to be used around the world. We have to be okay with that. We can't say that this is a bad thing just because they're not using the United States dollar. And we want to put them back on the dollar. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not actually going to accept it. This means that your money has to be converted into their currency in order to be used. So, does this affect you per se? Probably not. Now, if you're going to one of these other places and you have to convert your money over, then yeah, it would affect you because there's rules and there's other things that come with that. But majority of us here in the States aren't traveling where you have to convert your money over. So, you know, and if you do, you know, there's Bitcoin, there's other, you know, currencies that, you know, and ways to do that. So I don't think it's going to be that much of a hassle, but who knows, you know. At the same time, they'll hit you with all of this. Oh, the economy's going down. It's bad. It's going up. Inflation, and they use that for inflation. They use that as an excuse to raise prices. So economy may not all that be bad. The economy may be fine, and everyone's making money, but they're using these news stories, as he brought up. They're using that as a reason to raise the prices up. Because you're already getting the heads up that, hey, oh, the dollar isn't being used here, dollar isn't being used there, BRICS is forming, all of that stuff is forming. You're being told all of this. So now when you see the price increase, it makes sense to you. You're okay with it. You're not upset about it as much because you've already been told that, hey, this is getting ready to happen. And even though it's not happening at all, even though this is fine, this is good, this is growth on a global perspective, this is growth, because we shouldn't only be on one currency. There should be other currencies that in other countries allowed to function with their own currencies, in my opinion. But, you know.
And certain catalysts are forming, like I'm about to break down for you. I do want to show you one quick note here. This is the Chinese yuan, which hadn't been used, and now all of a sudden you can see that starting to gain traction. Okay, so these things don't happen in an instant, they happen over time. As I always say, it's a process, not an event. Now, just to kind of show you some other charts, you can get an idea. This is also the US dollar and other currencies. US dollar, the blue is the euro, and then we have the CNY. And what we can see is that the US dollar is continuing to go down. This is from 2004 to 2022, and we can see it's dropped about 19%. At the same time, the euro has gone up just a little bit. It's sort of on this trend line, but the CNY, China, is coming up. Okay, so it's the trend, it's the direction, but again, there's certain things that happen around technology that speed them up, and that's what I want to break down to you. Just one more chart so you can kind of see this. I like to show you the charts and graphs so you can see the size and the speed of these moves. So here we are. This is in 2014, so this is much more recent. Here we are at 66%, and you can see today here, here we are about 60%. So that's sort of the direction. That's what's going on. But let's take a look at what's bigger, the bigger story. And that is that Saudi Arabia, which had this agreement with the United States for mutual cooperation, like I said, exchange for protection, weapons, technology, and they had recycled those dollars back in the US. Now, Saudi made a deal with the BIS. And not just the BIS and China. Okay, now, you might be asking yourself, what the heck is the BIS? Which is a pretty good question to ask because most people don't really know about the Bank of International Settlements. All right, I want to explain this. I've broken it down a couple times. So if you're a regular viewer of the channel, then you're probably aware of the BIS. And if you're not a regular viewer, then you should be. Click that subscribe button right now if you don't mind. Okay, so we want to talk about joining the BIS. So right here we have this, you can see the news headline. Saudi Arabia joins the BIS and a China-led.
Be careful with the information you're getting ready to receive here because it's very speculative and a lot of it is still forming. So just be careful.
Central bank digital currency project. Okay, so it was on the U.S. and the U.S.-led dollar network. The dollar is a lot of things, but really the dollar is the currency, sure, like a paper dollar, the dollar that we send digitally, but also it's a payment network. So you can send a dollar anywhere in the world. It's the largest payment network in the world. And so they've been on the U.S. dollar payment network, and now they're joining China and the China-led central bank digital currency project. It's a pretty big deal. We're going to break this down for you. But I want to show you a couple of excerpts here. So here we see, this was a June 5th, just came out. Saudi Arabia has joined the China-dominated central bank digital currency, announced by the BIS, Bank of International Settlements, and it'll see Saudi central bank as a full participant. The reason why that's important, full participant, is because this BIS China-led central bank digital currency project has been under development for a long time. It's been under a testing phase, what we call an MVP, minimum viable product. Again, I've talked about this for over a year, but now they're past the testing phase and they become a full participant of this Project M-Bridge. So that's the key, Project M-Bridge. Again, you might have heard me talking about that before. But just for real quick, who is the BIS? You might have seen this chart before from me using it. People love it when I pull this chart out. So what am I showing here? So what we have at the very top of the heap right here, this is like an org chart for your company, is the BIS. This is the Bank of International Settlements. And so in the world of policymakers, decision makers, like who are they, we have the BIS sitting at the top of that stack. Below the BIS is the central banks. So all the central banks are under the BIS. It's sort of like the central bank for central banks. We sort of have the IMF in here as well. Then below that, we have the policymakers. And really, all of these are policymakers. It's the World Economic Forum, the WEF, the CFR, the Club of Rome, Chatham House, Rockefellers. So all of these people are the ones that make the policies. And then we have the United Nations, the UN, the IMF, IPCC, World Bank, World Health Organization, the WHO, etc. They distribute these policies down to who? Down to your government, down to your country. That would be the United States, Europe, etc. These are the policy enforcers, okay? Then it goes down to the policy propagandists, which are, of course, mainstream media, fact checkers, things like that. And eventually, it gets to you and I down here at the bottom, the policy subjects.
Exactly. Exactly.
The
now
so this
it gets
is the way the world works with the BIS sitting up at the top of that. It's important to understand that because now we're talking about a new BIS China technology that Saudi Arabia just went over to join. And it's not just Saudi Arabia joining it. I'm going to break down everybody else who's joined it. And there's a couple that are going to really surprise you. Okay, now, real quickly, we can see that it's not just countries joining it, but we have 15 use cases and 22 heavyweight participants, including Goldman Sachs, one of the largest investment banks in the world, a U.S. bank, infrastructure investment bank, Indonesian bank, Bank of France, Bank of Israel, Bank of Italy, Bank of Korea.
All the banks are just converging on to this BIS. The BS. Yeah. The economy is shifting. We're seeing more is happening, and they're making you watch this debate. But look at what's happening under your nose. All these banks and all these countries are coming together and forming. And we're worried about, is Biden asleep or is Donald Trump going to, have a damn aneurysm? We don't know. We don't know what is going on. We are clueless. We are powerless. Look at the chart. Look at the chart. You're powerless to what happens. You're powerless to what happens from any of this forming. You can't control any of this forming. So you just accept it. Oh, okay. We just deal with what we can deal with here. We're gonna go over all of this because this is a good chart. I'm glad he put this up because this is actually something this could help me cover one of my topics that I have coming up here probably next week in my political science class, because those who make the policies, those who distribute the policies, enforce the policies, propaganda, the media that heightens it and hyperbolizes it, and then here's us getting all of that, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, that's a very interesting there. We gotta be prepared, man. I heard Trump lost the debate. Did he really lose? How did he lose? I didn't even watch it, man. We've been here chilling. We just been here covering a few things, man. Checking in on y'all, checking in on your mental health. Just talking, having a conversation, talking about the economy, talking about, stuff about Is Trump, Biden, who's better? Why does the country even want this? Do we even want any of these people here? Why are we doing this? Why are they forcing us to do this? This is crazy. I am not feeling it, dog. I'm not. Hey, man, subscribe, join the club right now, man. We're going to have some real fire stuff coming at you. Like, y'all got to go ahead and get subscribed on. We got a few. You know, I'm going to do a shout out. I'm definitely going to do a shout out to all the people that have been subscribing over the last week since we started really going at it full-fledged. Definitely going to give you a shout out. Got to hit 500 first, though. But every 50, I'm going to do a shout out of the top ones that are, you know, can't just subscribe. You got to like the video, got to comment. If you like the video, subscribe and comment. The more chance you're going to get shout out, the more chance you're going to win contests, more chance you're going to be in the, you know, be able to get that discount when the club really starts off, when we start doing casting services and we start booking you for all types of different things, no matter what you do, music, if you do camera work, if you do notary, if you do health insurance. We want to get you working. We want to get you a job. We want to get you on and popping so you can make some money and build your future, build your, you know, yourself, and just enjoy life. We want to take things to a whole nother level here. Oh, we gotta finish part 3 of the receipts, Kendrick versus Drake. That's a battle that's ongoing right now. Drake is right now he's still kind of quiet, but he's like he's doing stuff with other artists, and you know, I don't think it's really sticking right now. I just don't. But yeah, I think they shot the music video for the Kendrick song. Let me see here. Did they shoot that? Let's see. Is it gonna work? Let's see here. They got. Oh yeah, right here.
Straight off Uniting LA at his Juneteenth concert in Inglewood, Kendrick Lamar shot a music video today in Compton. The Grammy Award-winning artist is from that area. Hundreds of fans gathered to watch him film the music video for his hit "Not Like Us." Lamar performed the song live for the first time on Wednesday at the Forum.
So it's not out yet. It's not out yet. When that drop, it's going to be crazy. Oh, wait, what? This ain't it. This ain't it. Who did this? Somebody trying to get some views. Oh, you. Okay, yeah. What, man? Then why? See, this shit, if this is monetized, they need to take this down. This should not be monetized. They really trying. Yeah, here it is.
I would say believing in themselves, because girl, that's not easy to do. Really? Yes, it's so simple when you say it, but to really believe in yourself and not give a.
Okay, what do you think? Look at all everybody out there. That's crazy. See what camera they got on set. They got some crazy shit. Yeah, it's right there on that cart. Everybody standing around.
Right there. Chicago Bulls. Yeah. I'm gonna stay out of this one. This is a Compton thing. I ain't from Compton, so
they got
leave
all
this
the
to them.
choppers.
Yeah. Yeah. I think y'all know what we filming now.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So many people. Security got a lot of work to do. Oh, they in the middle. See what scenes they got. That's a pretty dope scene. Security got a lot of work to do. Keep people separated. I feel like I know who is. I feel like I know this person. Hold on. That look like who is, bruh? Yo, if I know this dude, that's crazy. I can't. Yeah, I won't be able to see. That look like somebody I know. For real. Wish I could have zoomed in.
Bang. Oh, come on, where we at? Oh, okay. Yeah, we in Yampton. What you go?
Everybody out there, man. I'll be out there. If I was from Cali, that's where I would be right now. I ain't from Cali, but that's where I would be. That's where that shit is at right there. Everybody out there. Oh, they out there. We got any good scenes? Come on, we see like what was happening.
Oh, hey, listen, this is a real gangster party. Look, it's a real gangster party. My nigga Smack can put up. Yeah, back on fit, we outside with it. Back on fit, we outside.
Outside with it.
Yeah, that's my nigga Smack, bro.
Everybody got a nigga named Smack. That's crazy. Everybody, Smack, Snacks. Quan definitely got her. Okay. Oh, he signed autographs. Man, that video gotta be dope. Can we get some scenes? What they do? What they doing?
Famo.
Hey, you gotta hit that cripple right now, bro.
They not like us. They not like us. Feet up.
That's crazy.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas.
That's gonna be dope, man. I hope they have a good day. Hope they had a good time shooting. Hope they enjoyed it. Looked like it was a lot of fun, just hanging out, being around the bros. Oh, they got some aerial views. Okay, yeah. Good location. Yeah, man. I had to used to have to do that, setting up the shoots, getting the locations going. I ain't have a shoot as big as that. I had a pretty big shoot with the artists out of Atlanta. I was with Migos, and it was about half of that many amount of people, probably about half. But they had the choppers, they had the slingshots, Lambos, Porsches, like yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's gonna be dope. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the vibe right there. It's pretty much the vibe right there. So, but see, the thing is, this time everybody knows the song, and it's been out for so long. Everybody know the words. Everybody know the song. It's gonna have a whole different type of vibe to it. Like, congratulations for Kendrick, man. I really support anyone still doing their thing, doing their craft to the top level. Hope you're doing yours to the top level. Appreciate everyone tuning in. It's been a quick stream. We just wanted to come in and just, check on you. Just see how you doing. Get you away from all of that mayhem. We got to strengthen you up. We got to strengthen your mental health up. We got every day you got to get stronger. Stronger than the last. At least the last week. We got to build this. We got to do it ourselves. No one's going to do it for us. So yeah, we getting ready to wind down. Stay with it. Don't give up. Because it only takes one time. It only takes one time to get too frustrated, to do something that's going to cause you to crash out, and now you got a whole nother problem on your hands. Like, we need to keep you here, keep you sane. It's too many of us that's lost, and then that spiral out of control. Don't be the one. Don't be the one. Don't be the one or the two. Don't be the one or the two. None of it. So, yeah. Appreciate it, everyone checking us out here on the Built Mogul channel. Join the club. Join the Discord. Go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to have everybody that subscribe get on here. We're going to do a little panel. See who can we get up here and just talk your business. Say what's on your mind. What we dealing with. That's what we want to know. Look at this one. This one I got with Jamal Murray. This one nice. Ooh, from the logo. Bop, bop. Ooh. And at the buzzer. Goodness. Yeah, you got to go home after that. Yeah. Go ahead and get you a moment. Still collective. Go ahead and get you some soap from my K-Bar. Check that out. We got everything you need. Stay on top of it. If you do something every day, productive, I promise you'll feel better about it. Even if it's, getting something that you've always wanted. If you like basketball, you want to treat yourself to a nice moment so you can post it in your room. Do it. Do the things you enjoy to do. Don't be afraid to do what you enjoy doing. Even if it costs a little bit of money, it's always worth it in the long run. I promise you. It doesn't matter how much money it is going to cost. I'm going to do what I enjoy to do. I want you to do the same. Don't ever let up. Don't ever let up on you. Don't ever not go for you. Not plan for you, because no one else is going to do that. No one else is going to think about you when it comes to their plans. And then it's just, come on now. Get with it. But yeah, this has been a mental strengthening moment with Garrzann. We about to head out for the night. Thank you for those who popped in and out of the chat and viewed us. We're still building up, so it's not gonna be much, but it's gonna come. Don't latch on too late though. Don't do it when it's too late, because once we blow up, we blow up, and that's it. That's it. Ladies, you have a good night. Take care. Might be doing a live. Probably pop in on Saturday. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I hope y'all have a good one and take care.